Human Services Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Miss Andrews, Mr. Daniele, Miss Kaylee, Mr. Lightfoot, Dr. Quattro, Mr. Rocco, Chairwoman Draw.
Here. Is there anyone signed up to speak, Madam Clerk?
There was one speaker, unfortunately. He is not here this evening.
Okay. And there's no one else present would like to speak. Okay, then the next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have before you the July 27, 2010 minutes. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of today. New business. Next item on the agenda is new business. Madam Clerk.
Referral 10-
Moved by Legislator Rocco, seconded by Legislator Daniele. Oh, I'm sorry, Quattro. Are there any discussion? Legislator Lightfoot.
Yes, to you, Madam Chairman. How many families does the EI program serve? To you, Madam Chairman. To the administration.
Our projected caseload for this year is about 1275. So there probably are some siblings in there, but that will give you the general rate of our involvement with the kids in the community.
To you, Madam Chairman, to Mr. Doniger, is that up or down from previous years?
It has been, over the last couple of years, it has continued to go up, which has been perplexing to us because we thought eventually we would reach a point where we had sort of saturated the community. It looks like it's just about peaking, though. And we're very hopeful that maybe the next time we come and speak to you, or 2 years from now, we'll be able to say that things have flattened out.
Okay, thank you. Through you, Madam Chairman, last piece to this, we thank you for answering about the families. How many in those families are children, to you, Madam Chairman, to the administration?
All of the, through you, Madam Chair, all of the cases are children ages birth to their third birthday.
Okay. Through your third birthday.
Any other discussion? All those in, oh, I'm sorry, Legislator Keeley.
Through the chair, is there any expectation that funding is going to be reduced for this? I realize that the consideration is you thought it would peak by now. It may be peaking at this point or next year. Do you anticipate that this is going to be reduced at all?
Through you, Madam Chair, I don't have any reason to believe that it would be reduced, but I'm not a very good prognosticator about these things.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye. No opposed. Item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-254.
Moved by Legislator Quattro, seconded by Legislator Daniele. Any discussion on that? Legislator Cayley.
Thank you. Through the chair, can you differentiate between how much of the funding is going for support services and existing positions?
Through you, Madam Chair, I'm not sure I understand the question.
All right. Let me try that a little bit differently. The purpose of the grant is to, funds will be used to support administrative services and existing positions to run the program. I'm wondering how it breaks down, how much of the funding would be used for positions versus administrative services, support services, or is that something that can't be distinguished at this point?
Through you, Madam Chair, it would appear that it is 100% funding existing positions and no support services.
Thank you.
And perhaps that sentence was in error.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Item carries. Next item.
Referral 10-255.
Moved by
Acceptance.
Legislator Daniele, second by Legislator Rocco. Any discussion? Legislator Rocco.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Are these, I guess the word administrators, are these repeat administrators? Are these folks that have worked this project before, or are they new to the project? The ones that, the people that are listed and the named?
Through you, Madam Chair. So in the first paragraph of the referral, there are the names of about 6 or 8 young women who have contracts with the county to act as breastfeeding peer partners, help women breastfeed. I believe most of them were in this same referral last year, and there are several that are new.
Any other discussion? Legislator Andrews.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to the administration, the referral is to accept a grant of about $1.8 million, but then to amend the budget by only $1.5 million. Can you just explain what happens to the difference of $300,000?
Through you, Madam Chair, the difference was appropriated in the budget when it was passed back in December of last year. Only a certain portion of the total grant was put into the budget for this year because we weren't 100% certain that we would receive it. And so this then appropriates the difference.
Thank you very much.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any other matters to become before Legislator Andrews?
Madam Chair, I just have one timely question. I'm under the understanding that the county has received its state child care block grant allocation for the 10-11 school year. My understanding is that not school year, sorry. You can tell where I'm focused right in this time of year. But for the 10-11 state year, and that allocation is $34.3 million. Can you, through you to the administration, can you confirm that that is the correct allocation? And if so, is that more or less than the county received last year?
Madam Chair, I would like to ask Commissioner Reed to confirm that. If I could get back to the legislator and members of the committee in the next couple of days, I'd be happy to report back on that.
That would be great. And as a quick follow-up then, would you also ask her if this is a reduction in funding, what the plan is to address that reduction?
So I'll be glad to do that.
Thank you very
Madam
much.
Chair.
Are there any other items? I think, Mordecai, did you want to speak? I know you came in a little bit late. I will allow it if you'd like to for 2 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for allowing me. Good evening. I'd just like to read a letter that I submitted to the chairwoman this evening, and I apologize that I didn't have it in time. I didn't realize the meeting was going to be that quick in the beginning of the month. I'd also like to be able to enter these into the record upon finishing. Dear Ms. Draw, I'm writing this letter to bring your attention to a major problem within Monroe County. The problem is with a business located at 45 Chestnut Street, Rochester, New York, 14604. The business located there is owned by Ramsey Inc. and is also known as the Cadillac Hotel. You chair the committee that deals with all aspects of Health and Human Services, and the business aforementioned receives a tremendous amount of contractual funding from Health and Human Services. The property located at 41 Chestnut Street was purchased in there's a mistake in my letter, which should be 35 Chestnut Street, was purchased in 2009 by an investor group doing business as Eshrod LLC. I am with the company that has been retained by Eshrod LLC to provide operational services for this property. Unfortunately, many times that there is a prospective tenant, they are dissuaded by the fact that it is located in such close proximity to the Cadillac Hotel. Current tenants are afraid to go out after dark due to the loitering unsavory characters who are guests of the Cadillac Hotel, paid for by the Department of Social Services Emergency Shelter Office. I have fielded a complaint since day one from current tenants, neighbors, and local businesses about the problems with this business. When I first came on in May 2010, I went into the Cadillac Hotel, spoke with the general manager, Donald Stubbs. He was very much offended that someone could think that his business was a hotspot for drugs, prostitution, and other problematic and criminal behaviors. He claimed that the guests in his hotel do not loiter or participate in any other improprieties. I tried to reason with him with the understanding that he cannot control the behaviors of his guests. However, that he should limit entrance to only those who are patrons of the hotel. He responded this was not my business and he could run his business how he sees fit. I then requested that he at least verify the identities of those walking in his place of business so that he would limit the loiterers and others who are looking to offer goods and services of a criminal nature from entering his premises and avoid them from loitering near the other businesses as well. He then produced a copy of a 2003 DHHS memo, which I have attached to the rest of the letter here. May I continue? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Quickly. Thank you.
Which he claimed was the reason he could not lawfully do so. I have attached a copy of the memo to this letter. He then started to scream and yell that I had no right to say these accusatory things to him, etc. He then got up, got beat red in the face, yelled many expletives, and told me to get out, and I left. Over the past few months, there have been many police matters that have resulted from the going-ons at the Cadillac Hotel that have really put a damper on the cultural spirit in the area. The county has the option to fund or defund certain vendors. I am not sure how the county can sustain another year doing business with this company. They are a drain on the emergency services in this town as well as a huge deterrent for many good people to live in the area. The police, men and women who pass by and talk to us on a daily basis are very discouraged that the city and county refuse to take up this matter in their respective council chambers. I will add that I don't know that they've been approached by anybody other than myself starting this evening. I'm just going to skip ahead and basically finish up, and I appreciate your times. I'd appreciate if the committee could take up the issue that I'm addressing here tonight. I'm not looking to put somebody out of business, but I am looking to maintain the status quo of the business that I'm involved in. And it's very hard to do business when other people are providing services other than those that they're advertising for. Thank you.
Thank you. There being no further business, the August 31st meeting of the Human Services Committee will stand adjourned. The next meeting of the Human Services Committee is scheduled for September 28th at 6 p.m. Thank you.